Hello, everybody, and welcome to AAP Almost Arnold Palmer, the show where Almost Lemonade members spill the tea.
We have to put those spaces in there so we can pronounce it properly.
Damn straight. I can say every word individually. Almost
Uh-huh.
Arnold Palmer is like, that one
Not
wasn't
when you
bad
put them
though.
together.
Yeah, AAP.
AAP.
Yeah, give it like three more episodes, and we won't even be explaining that anymore.
Yeah. You guys will get the gist. And if you don't,
Yeah,
mm, sucks to suck.
the bit's outlived itself at that point.
For real.
Yeah.
Yeah. We gotta let it die in dignity.
hmm
hmm
And today we're gonna be looking at Reddit "Am I the Asshole" stories.
hmm
All reliable,
hmm
for this type of show.
All reliable, for real. Yeah.
Yeah.
hmm
And we're just gonna read off through the Reddit thread, see what we stumble across. Hopefully it's good, and we'll give reactions to it.
We'll give reactions.
Um, so let's go with am I the asshole for refusing to help my brother-in-law pay for a vacation after he's repeatedly called me a gold digger?
So
Already, I'm on her side.
right off the bat, right off the fuck text did I just get? Um,
Should I be scared?
okay. So hang on, I'm gonna backtrack a little bit from
Okay.
our
Okay.
Reddit thing.
Okay. Okay.
So last episode,
Go check it out.
we had, yes, absolutely go check it out, then come back. We had gone through my Hinge matches, right?
hmm
I had matched with I think all of two people.
Yeah.
One of them I went on a date with on Monday. It went well. We have another date planned for Friday.
Hell yeah.
I got a text from him that said something about someone just spending 10 minutes trying to seduce someone with cat ears. Do I know what that means? No.
No,
I think it was his roommate.
we can hope. Is it, staring at us not making it any clearer?
It's not. It's actually making it less clear,
hmm
which is great. Um,
Yeah.
I nope, it's still not clicking.
Okay.
Regardless.
Would you pay for your brother-in-law's vacation if you don't like them?
No, I probably wouldn't even if I did like them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. You're not
hmm
an asshole already off the bat.
Already off the bat. Yeah.
I, 30F, have been married to my husband, 32M, for 5 years. We both work hard and are pretty comfortable financially. My husband does earn more money than I do, but we've always seen it as our money. We're a
Mhm.
team and split responsibilities equally. Yeah, so far, I'm on track. You're
Sure. Yeah.
checking all the boxes.
hmm
The issue is my brother-in-law, 34M, for years has made these quote unquote jokes about me being a gold digger because my husband earns more. It's always in front of people, and while I usually just laugh it off to avoid making things awkward, it really bothers me.
hmm
I've always worked, I contribute to our household, and it's frustrating to have that constantly dismissed like I'm living off my husband. Yeah,
Sounds annoying.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, she's working.
Yeah.
They both make a lot of money, it sounds like. That's,
And I mean, I feel like the thing with gold diggers is like, and I don't know if this was covered yet. I think the thing with gold diggers is like
Mhm.
you get into a relation with someone because they have a lot of money and you're
Yeah,
only in it for the money. How long had they been together?
5 years is how long they've been married for.
Okay, so they've probably been together for a couple more years than that.
Early
But
20s.
yeah, I would guess that he wasn't making that kind of money when they first got together,
hmm
which is kind of the opposite of a gold digger.
Yeah.
It might make you a good investor, but it's not a gold digger.
Everyone can get fired,
Yeah, for
you
real.
know?
You never know what the economy is gonna do.
No,
hmm
you don't. And yeah, that would annoy the shit out of me.
Yeah, I'd be pissed.
Yeah.
hmm
Um, Recently, my brother-in-law and his wife asked us to help cover their part of a family vacation because they can't afford to go on their own. Who's the gold digger now?
The
Seems like somebody needs to
turntables.
make better investments.
The turntables.
My husband and I talked about it, and while we could help, I really don't feel comfortable after all the times he's disrespected me. Queen.
Yeah,
Also, W husband for like being like, yeah, fuck my brother.
absolutely. Yeah. He
Um,
chose his wife. He didn't choose his brother.
exactly.
Yeah.
See, that's a W. When I
Mhm.
said no, my brother-in-law tried to laugh it off, saying I was overreacting and that it was just quote unquote harmless jokes. See, here's the thing. Some of you may have seen this, but Mike Birbiglia talks about this, where guys that don't know how to make jokes have ruined jokes. Because
That's real.
you'll be
That's
like,
so real.
I believe his bit goes like, if you're in the office and you say, nice tits, Linda, and she's like, what? You have the out. Everybody thinks they have the out going, I'm joking. It's like, no, no, no. That's not an out because it's not a joke.
Mm-mm. No. If it was a joke, it would be funny.
Exactly. And also, for you should have it be tailored to your audience. So if it's a joke making fun of someone, maybe don't do that if they're your audience and you know they don't like that
Yeah.
joke.
hmm Yeah.
Consider your audience, you know?
hmm
Um,
Just like how we're reading Reddit stories because we know you guys are a bunch of gossip hungry bitches.
exactly.
We're giving the people what they want.
Yeah. Now, sure, we're like, what, 4 episodes in and haven't
We don't
posted
know what the
any of
people
them
want.
yet,
We don't
and
have
we don't
something.
have any comment
We
section?
actually don't have an audience yet. We're
Yeah.
pre-recording all these. Spoiler alert, pulling the curtains back. These are pre-recorded. We don't
This
know
is
what
the
you guys
middle of
want to know.
October.
Yeah. hmm
Like, come on.
So, I mean, if you think about it, though, like
Mhm.
we're the audience, right?
We are the audience.
And we are giving the people what they want,
Ourselves.
which is us. This
Yes.
is simultaneously the most selfish and the most selfless thing we've ever done.
I've done worse, but yeah.
I've done
Yeah.
better.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Mhm.
So anyways, I'm honestly over it. Now he's upset, and my in-laws are saying I'm making a big deal out of nothing, and that quote, family helps family. Eh,
Family's also nice to family. Like
yeah.
that's why you help.
Also, this might be a bit of a hot take. You shouldn't love family just because they're family. Like they gotta earn that shit like everybody else.
Kind of. I'm gonna like agree with you most of the way there.
Mhm.
Yeah. You don't have to prove yourself because like there is a certain like bond that you got, and
Yeah,
so like if you're gonna cut
absolutely.
off your family, that comes at a higher cost than like cutting off a friendship or something, and
Yeah,
it should be taken more seriously.
absolutely.
But yeah.
I'm just saying for like when it comes to having to deal with their shit.
Yeah, no, you don't just get the excuse of like, well, I'm your family, so deal with it.
Yeah,
Also, especially not if it's like family that you married into, you
yeah.
know? Like if it's your parents, your siblings, your grandparents, that's one thing. If you married a man and his family is acting up, number one, that is his responsibility to deal with.
Mhm.
Number two, you didn't like you kind of chose that, but you chose the man, you didn't choose the family.
Yeah,
hmm
exactly. And also the husband doing a great job sticking up for
He
his
is.
wife.
Power to him.
Yeah,
Power to him.
ally.
Ally.
Um, my husband has my back, and I can't help second guessing myself. Am I being too sensitive here? Am I the asshole for refusing to help because of how he has been treating me? No.
No, not at all. I'm really curious about how much it would be though,
Yeah.
because
Uh,
that is a huge thing to ask of somebody, especially if like
mhm.
they have like a family, if there's kids involved.
Yeah.
Um,
Well,
that's
they
a
said they could afford it. They're like, we can afford to pay this. We're choosing not.
sure, sure.
Mhm.
Still a big thing to ask of somebody.
Yeah.
And also, maybe they should be less transparent about their finances if the brother-in-law feels that comfortable being like, "You're such a gold digger. I know how much you guys make.
Yeah.
I know
But
that you guys could afford this."
but to be fair, some positions you just know are making bank, right?
That's
Like I
that's
don't know
true.
how much the guy that is who my dentist is, like I don't know how much he makes, but he runs the practice and he's
Yeah.
a dentist. That dude has some cash.
Yeah.
I don't know how much, but if I need an investor, I'm going to him. You know?
Gonna get him to invest in your comedy company.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. hmm
You're all seeing this because my dentist
Hey,
allowed
Dr.
for you
Stevens.
to.
I know I had three cavities last time, but it's actually because our comedy is just too sweet. I have this really cool opportunity for you.
If you do this, I'll floss every day. I'll use a water pick.
Damn.
Yeah.
That'll get him.
That's how
That'll
far I'm willing to go for you all, for the audience, who we've established is not real. But
basic hygiene. You're willing to go to the level of basic hygiene.
exactly, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. hmm
I'm willing to do the bare minimum.
Flattering.
Thank you. Stop it. Uh,
Let's hear some comments.
some comments? Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I was like, what? Yes, I'm now tracking. Um, all right. OP has offered the following explanation for why they think they might be an asshole. I might be the asshole because I have a better financial situation than him and decided to not help him. But the jokes he's been making justify my actions. Don't downvote assholes. Do a vote. Okay, never mind. That was random. It blows my mind how often people get called out on their bullshit and fail to properly apologize. That's facts. That's
Yeah.
Poe Adam, you're just straight spitting right now. Um, brother-in-law could very easily have said something like, "I'm sorry, you are rightly calling me out on this item, as I see how my asking for money after teasing you about being a gold digger comes off very badly. I thought I was joking, but it's clear now that my comments were hurtful and were not actually funny. I am sorry for that and won't make those comments in the future." He is spitting.
Mhm.
Perhaps if he had done that, you might have reconsidered, but instead, he told you the jokes were harmless, likely said you were overreacting, and then got your in-laws involved. Period. Poor choice.
hmm Yeah.
Men. Am I right?
Man, man.
Men trying to communicate.
It's interesting how like the husband and the brother-in-law are like
Mhm.
that's his brother, and they seem to have very, very different levels of emotional intelligence.
Yes.
hmm
Because one of them's great. The husband's awesome. I like this guy.
Husband sounds great.
Yeah, I'd marry him.
Me too, if he
Yeah.
wasn't already married. Or if he was open to having a second wife.
I
I'm legal.
soccer has a goalie and I can still score.
What?
Soccer has a goalie, but I can still score, you know?
I've never. What?
It's if he's married, that means okay, I can't,
Oh,
but you know what?
she's the goalkeeper.
Yeah, of my
Okay.
love to 32M.
Call me a gold digger though, because I'd be getting in there.
I mean, that is what a gold digger is. Because you're in there for the money, not for that he's a good husband.
And the emotional intelligence. Both.
All
I
right.
don't really care about the husband thing, but the emotional intelligence and the money. Yeah, both of them.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, fair.
hmm
Why not?
Yeah.
Let's see. NTA. What is NTA? Oh, not the asshole. There we go. I pieced it together. I'm smart. I wouldn't give them a dime,
Damn.
much less for a non-essential vacation.
Yeah.
Spittin'.
hmm
Um, have a sit down with your husband. I think they already did.
hmm
He needs to be defending you when his brother denigrates you at family events. Then she said, my husband is very protective when it comes to me, and is definitely not shy when it comes at defending me in front of my family. I know he clearly doesn't believe the stupid jokes my brother is telling him, but it just hurts to hear them. Yeah,
Mm,
yeah,
yeah,
facts.
facts.
Yeah. I mean, I think that kind of covers it up. Stamp, not the asshole. AAP
Not the asshole for
approval,
sure.
not asshole.
Hmm.
Hmm. Okay,
Okay.
what do you got?
I let's see. Okay, so there's no
Yeah.
ages on this one, but this one says, wait, did I say that I ranked these ones as, or I'm like searching by like most controversial?
Okay,
Just
yeah, we said that before we started recording, but
okay.
not on camera. You're doing controversial, I'm doing hot right now.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm doing controversial. I'm
Yeah,
looking for the good shit, the juicy shit.
of
You know,
course.
this one is titled "Am I the asshole for this is I'm choosing a different one actually.
Okay,
Am
okay.
I the asshole for not going to my boyfriend's granddad's funeral because my boyfriend didn't wear underwear? My 23 female boyfriend, 27 male, of 4 years doesn't wear underwear ever and hasn't since he was a kid. He doesn't even own any underwear. He thinks underwear is uncomfortable and restrictive. At the beginning of our relationship, I encouraged him to try different styles and different cuts and sizes of underwear,
Yeah.
but he was very adamant that he had tried all the underwear and it just isn't for him. It hasn't really been an issue in our relationship. I was worried that he'd smell bad because of it, but he's actually a pretty clean guy and washes his clothes regularly and stuff. Recently, my boyfriend's granddad died, and my boyfriend was obviously distraught. I was very supportive, but on the day of the funeral, he got dressed like no normal, parentheses, no underwear. And when I told him I wasn't going unless he wore underwear, he thought I was joking and told me that I was harping on about nonsense to a grieving man. He reminded me he didn't have any underwear. We were 2 minutes from a 2 minute walk from a Primark, and I offered to grab some for him. Also, we were staying with his parents and two brothers, so he could have borrowed a pair off them. But I told him,
Ew, no, don't borrow someone else's underwear.
no, no. But I told him it was disrespectful to not wear any underwear to a funeral. He said it was fine because it is his own suit and not a rented suit, and no one will be staring at his crotch. But it made me uncomfortable, so I didn't go. When he got back, he was pissed off at me and gave me the
Hmm.
silent treatment. His parents were angry at me
Hmm.
too and told me that it was such an inappropriate thing to think about at his granddad's funeral. They also don't believe he doesn't wear underwear and that I let down my boyfriend when it mattered the most. It's been a week and I'm back at our place while my boyfriend is still with our parents or with his parents. I'm feeling a bit guilty about all this, but am I the asshole?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Resounding, resounding yes.
yes.
Resounding.
What the fuck? Okay, first of all, you've gone through 4 years and it's not a problem
Hmm.
until the moment of a funeral?
Right?
Also, wait, how big is this dude's dick if she's like, everyone's gonna be staring at your crotch? Like,
I
if it's not
like.
dirty, right?
Mhm.
Like, you can't smell it.
Yeah.
If you can't see his
Mhm.
massive dong that I'm assuming this man has,
Maybe it's tiny too.
it could
Maybe
be.
maybe it gets hidden like really well, you
Also,
know?
wouldn't he be wearing black pants?
Yeah. It's a funeral.
Which kind of make it a lot harder to see a bulge.
Hmm. Any sort of print.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I should, yeah, no shit, he's mad at you. Like, what?
Dude, genuinely and being like, I'm so mad about this that I'm gonna refuse to go to this funeral.
Hmm.
This isn't the time to take a political stand against like not wearing underwear.
Yeah, that's also such a stupid thing. to like be pissed about.
Right?
It's also,
Literally.
sorry, go ahead, go ahead.
No, it's just ridiculous that like 4 years and you're like, oh, we've actually never had a problem. And then you're actually like, because like if you've never had a problem, why take a stand about it?
Yeah.
Right? If you're like, we've never had an issue with it, but if you don't do this, I'm not going to your granddad's funeral. Doesn't really sound like you've never had a problem with it.
Also, this is his granddad's funeral.
Yeah.
So talking about it being disrespectful,
Mm-hmm.
like, first of all, no one's gonna know. So
Mm-hmm.
that's not disrespectful.
Yeah.
Second of all, it's his fucking family.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I could understand it more, like, still disagree, but I could understand it if it was her grandpa,
Sure.
right? Where it's like, hey, this is my family. Like, I don't feel comfortable with you going to, like, someone that I really love dearly and hold close. I don't feel comfortable with this, right? Like, I still don't get it, but that's a valid thing.
Yeah.
He is going to his granddad's funeral and she's making a fight out of dumb shit.
It baffles me, dude.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
What are some of these comments?
So the top one, you're the asshole. Wow. You were just lying in wait, waiting for the right moment to strike like a viper in the grass, weren't you? Immediately cooked. They cooked.
Bars.
4 years, and it's not so much as an issue in your relationship, but the moment your boyfriend has been hit hard and you see an opportunity to force the matter, you issue an ultimatum when he's at his lowest. With a girlfriend like you, who needs enemies?
Bars.
Jesus.
Holy shit, that's
And,
beautiful.
like, honestly, for real, like,
Yeah.
yeah, you let your boyfriend down when it mattered most. What a terrible partner you revealed yourself to be. I don't think you have a boyfriend any longer.
Hmm.
But hey, silver lining, maybe your new boyfriend will be more into undergarments since that's clearly a big issue for you.
I think I've dated her before. Yeah, Jesus Christ. Like, what? Yeah, I don't. And then why would you post it?
Why would you post it? It's ridiculous. I'm trying to see if there's any other.
Good comments.
Let's see. Um, you're the asshole. You've known this for 4 years and decided that a moment where he was fucking grieving was an appropriate time to make a hill to die on. You are
Hmm.
despicable.
But
That's it.
it's disrespectful.
It's just insane.
Yeah.
It's just crazy.
Don't date these type of people. People.
No, mm-mm. Don't do that.
That's the almost Arnold Palmer stamp of asshole. We got one of each.
Yeah.
We got one of each. Look at
We
that.
do got one of each. I will say, most of the controversial ones, generally assholes.
Yeah, understandable.
Am I the asshole for giving my girlfriend the silent treatment because she killed a bug? Hear me out. Hear me out.
But I was waiting for, am I the asshole for giving my girlfriend the silent treatment after she didn't go to my great grandpa's funeral
This
because
is
I
fun.
don't wear underwear?
Okay, I have an idea for our next episode. Have
Okay.
you seen before we get into the rest of the story,
Yeah.
whatever?
We're
Have you
seeing
seen those?
pitches live here, folks.
Hell yeah. Have you seen those hear me out cakes? Have you seen those videos?
Yes.
I don't know how we would do that.
We can
But
figure out a way.
I think that the two of us,
Hmm.
not to be like the two of us are so much more interesting and fascinating than everyone else, but I think that we would have some really good hear me outs. I think
Yeah.
that I specifically would have some really good hear me
We can
outs.
make a PowerPoint and share the PowerPoint.
Fuck yeah.
There we go.
There we go. We'll do a PowerPoint. We'll
Perfect.
do hear me out PowerPoint.
Okay, okay. You heard
Hell
it here alive, folks. Next episode.
yeah.
Hear
This is
me
exciting.
out.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Anyways,
Yes.
am I the asshole for giving my girlfriend the silent treatment because she killed a bug? I was hanging out with my girlfriend yesterday in my room. She said she saw a fly crawling around on my desk and asked me to kill it. I don't like killing bugs, so I said I'd just open a window and shoo it out. Before I could do so, my mom called me downstairs for something, so I told her I'd be back and not to kill the fly. I was back 5 minutes later, and my girlfriend informed me she had crushed the fly and laughed. This upset me. I don't like killing bugs, and I explicitly told her not to, and she still did it. I told her that I was upset, and she rolled her eyes and said she didn't get the big deal because it was just a bug. Since then, I haven't felt like talking to her much. She got angry and texted me that I was being the asshole for being so upset and ignoring her over a bug. Am I the asshole?
I feel like the bug isn't the biggest thing in this. It
Definitely not.
like it
Definitely not.
it was the not listening to the like explicitly like I do not want you to do this and then she did it.
Hmm.
Expressing like, hey, I didn't like that. Like he took the right steps, right, of trying to communicate that. And then at every opportunity, she just fully deflected it, right?
Here's here's my thought.
Yes.
Giving someone the silent treatment because they killed a fly
Hmm.
is crazy work. Like
Yeah.
that's wild.
I
Okay.
fully agree.
I don't think I think they both just suck. But also
Yeah.
it's just the smallest fucking thing. Like just like I don't know.
I here's the
It,
th I mean, if it's just over the fly, yes,
mm-hmm.
fully agree. The reason I think it's more than that
Mm-hmm.
is because he took the steps to communicate it. And then it seems like there were like other things going on. You know, like the way that she handled the situation, the way she handled his emotions about it.
Mm-hmm. All of these that I'm seeing are
Which side? Which side? Don't give me silence.
all these are you're the asshole.
Yeah.
All these. Well, here finally I scrolled. I got an everyone sucks here.
I agree with that.
But hang on, let me read this. Where is this one? Um, Let me read this one to you because this comment's crazy. I'm not saying I agree with it. I just want to read it because I think it's crazy.
Yeah.
This has to be satire. No fucking way you are going this crazy in the comments about your girlfriend killing a fly. Like, I'm sorry, but do you not see how borderline psychotic you sound doubling down over a singular fly that has absolutely no impact on your life whatsoever? You genuinely need to go seek therapy or some kind of doctor for this, because giving your girlfriend the silent treatment over this is actually insane. How old are you for real here? Because there is absolutely no way you are emotionally mature enough to be in a relationship if this is how you act when you don't get your way over someone killing a bug. And truly, I hope your girlfriend realizes this and parts ways with you, as this is not normal behavior at all. And then the one right below that says, this post reeks of control issues to the point where it makes me want to gag and is probably attracting more of OP's beloved flies. People are really just like fucking dunking on this guy.
Yeah. I I feel like the thing that I'm missing is more context.
There's not a whole lot of context in this, and it makes me a little bit suspicious.
Yeah.
You know, I'm wondering what context he, because again, like I feel like if you would like omit context, it's usually to make yourself look better.
Yeah.
I wonder what specifically, like how he reacted to his girlfriend, you know. how he reacted to the fly thing, how he reacted to, or how he like communicated with his girlfriend.
Hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
curious, curious.
It, because if it is a thing of like, hey, I really don't like when this happens, she knew that, she was told that explicitly,
Mhm.
and then went and did it anyways, and then gave him the details like that of like, oh, I squashed it and laughed while doing it. And then when he was like, hey, that's not cool, she's like, well, don't be like that. Don't do like on her end, I think that's an asshole move, right? If he was like, oh, let's just let it outside, and then he left the room and she killed it, that's a different, like, that's stupid.
Yeah,
I feel like,
but also being like, don't touch that fly. You
mhm,
know,
yeah,
little bit weird, little bit like,
I agree.
you
That's
know,
where I'm like, that's where the context I feel like comes into play of like, how did he frame that? Did
how
they
much
actually talk about it?
how much is he ordering this girl around? And like,
Yeah,
because this whole thing of like, I explicitly told her, don't kill the fly, and
yeah,
she disobeyed my orders. I don't fuck with that.
no, not at all.
Like that. Mm-mm.
Yeah,
She disobeyed my orders. She killed a fly. She didn't do what I told her to do. She's a woman. She has a brain. Granted, it's not like a, I don't know, man. It's not like a bound, I don't know.
it. See, my thing is it's less about the action that happened, right?
So if it's more about like the like cruelty, I guess if
I'm thinking more of like the invalidation of his emotions, right?
okay,
Where
sure.
if you're in a relationship and you're like, hey, I know this will make him upset, and he
Hmm.
already gave you an option of how to get it out, of open the
Hmm.
window and shoo it out, and then you brag about doing the opposite,
Hmm.
that's where that's where my thing is, right? He was if he is doing that in like the wording of like they did not obey, like then yeah, you're just an asshole. Uh,
Hmm.
doesn't mean that she's not an asshole either. I think they both suck. I'm with you on that one.
Yeah.
Uh, but for me, the real kicker of this is more so the invalidation of like, well, that's stupid to be upset about. It's like, yeah, well, people get upset about stupid shit all the time. Like,
Yeah.
as a partner, it's kind
Mhm.
of your job to try to not upset them. That's kind of a minimum
Mhm.
requirement
Yeah,
for
for
that.
sure.
Or like if I was in that room, like I kill flies. I don't give a shit. But like if I had a girlfriend and she was like, "Hey, seriously, do not do that," I wouldn't. Like that's just a little bit of empathy. Now, silent treatment for that is insane.
It's a fly.
Yeah. Like that's insane behavior.
Hmm. Hmm.
But that's why I say I think it's more than the fly because I think this might be like a although no, because he didn't put that in the context thing of like if this was like a regular occurrence of like her crossing a I'll just call it a boundary. Not that it necessarily is a bound, but like something like that.
Yeah. Hmm.
Or if that's a regular occurrence, then yeah, I could see that being the straw that breaks the camel's back.
Sure, but that's some crazy speculation from a 2 paragraph long Reddit post.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think it through.
Hmm.
As is, if there was nothing ever wrong in the relationship and he straight up just gives her the silent treatment for that, yeah,
Yeah.
that's in fucking insane.
Okay. So I like I just had this thought. You know how we whenever we watch I Think You Should Leave by Tim Robinson.
Hmm.
And like you it's that whole thing of like you got to imagine that the character is entirely normal up until
Yes.
the point of that sketch. And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
that's them just like entirely flipping their shit. They've been a totally normal person up to that. I just had that thought for like this. Like up until now, this guy's been totally normal. This girl's like this like he's been
Hmm.
like, yeah, whatever, like, good communicator, all this.
Yeah.
He like he leaves this room, he's like, don't fucking touch that fly. Don't touch that fly. And the girlfriend's like, what the fuck? And so she like, she
Yeah.
kills the fly and she's like, I mean I killed it. And then he like gives her the silent treat. Like I really like picturing that for some reason.
Yeah. Just a man fully losing his mind.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
because that is ridiculous. That just is a Tim Robinson sketch.
Kind of
The whole
is.
thing just is.
It kind of is. Yeah.
I showed my
Hmm.
mom Tim Robinson yesterday for the first time.
Did she like it?
No.
I didn't think she would.
She was like, this is stupid. I'm like, he has a Netflix. I was like, he was on SNL. She's like, I can see why he's not anymore. I was like, well, he has 3 seasons on Netflix of this. And she was like, why?
It's great. I love it. It's
It is
funny.
fun.
Hmm.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Fun. All right, your turn.
All right.
This might
Am
be the
I
last
the
one.
asshole for telling my brother's fiance to grow up and stop trying to put her anger and trauma on me?
Oh boy. Okay, this one's gonna be complex.
One of these two people, either the poster or the fiance, one of them's gonna be a massive asshole. I don't know which one.
I don't know either, dude.
Yeah, my brother, Matt, 30M, is engaged to Evelyn, 32F. Matt is our parents' biological son. I'm 25F, their adopted daughter.
Okay.
We have another sister who is bio, and two more brothers who are adopted. Our parents fostered many kids and adopted some of us. I always knew I was adopted. I was removed from an unsafe environment and didn't have any safe biological relatives. My bio family is tiny in terms of known, and none of them are good people. I'm glad I was adopted. I feel so lucky to have found a family who embraced the fact we were not biologically connected, but loved us the same and didn't try to make it shameful. Those of us who were adopted have our own circumstances for being so. One of my brothers was orphaned, and his biological parents wanted a family who would love and take care of him, and he got that with us. Matt's fiance, Evelyn, was adopted as an infant, and she has a lot of feelings about that. That is a sentence.
That is a sentence.
I understand why she has some complicated feelings regarding being adopted, and why she feels like her parents bought a child because they wanted one versus to give a child a good life. Her adoptive parents wanted to erase her biological side and shamed her for ever having an interest in it, and they talked badly about her birth family her whole life. I don't think that was right or okay. I have no idea where this is going to go.
I don't know either.
But Evelyn is obsessed with making every adoptee feel the same way she does. She has spoken negatively about my parents robbing 3 kids of their rights to have legal access to their biological family, history, and identity. She has suggested I was brainwashed by CPS into believing I was removed for safety reasons from my birth family and had no safe birth relatives. Spoiler alert, all my known birth relatives have been to prison multiple times, and yes, I looked them up.
Okay.
So I was right. One of these people, um, she has told me I'm just traumatized and afraid to speak out and say I was denied my real family. I told her that's not how I feel. She told me it's how we all feel. Talk about invalidation emotions while we're on the topic.
Yeah, really. We got
Uh,
a theme tonight.
yeah, that adopted kids are products in the United States. I
The
told
fuck?
Matt I couldn't take that, and I need to see him and Evelyn less if she can't stop. She keeps seeking me out, though, and on Saturday, while she was in my parents' home and tried to bring it up again, I snapped. I couldn't stand her talking like that about the people who was in the room, or who. about the people who was in the home of, and I told her to grow up and accept people are different because only kids think everyone should feel the same, and that she needed to stop putting her anger and trauma on me because we don't feel the same. She said I was spiteful. Am I the asshole?
No, no, you
Yeah,
were not the
fiance, that's an L. Her brother, how old is he? He's 30. Dude, you're old enough. Call that off.
yeah,
Like, if this was some, like, 19-year-old girl, then sure.
yeah,
Like,
maybe, maybe.
then maybe it's like, okay, you're working through a lot of. She's in her 30s.
Mm-mm. Nah, once you're 30, you your starts to solidify a
Yeah.
little
Yeah. Like the Taylor Tomlinson routine.
bit. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking of.
Yeah.
It's freezing over.
Yeah. You gotta get the leaves out or they're just there now.
The trash.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. That fiance is. Here's the thing. Totally valid for her to feel that way.
Hmm.
Right? Like, she has all the right in the world to be pissed off, um, feel neglected. There's also a lot of really good points that, like, the foster care system is fucked in America.
It
Like,
is. It
yeah,
is. That's totally valid.
but saying you don't love your family
Yeah.
is insane.
Yeah.
And that anybody who adopts or fosters is a horrible human being. That's
Also insane.
yeah. Like, are some? Yeah. Some
Mhm.
people suck. And some people who suck have kids or get kids or foster them or adopt or whatever.
Yeah. Hmm.
What about people that like are infertile?
Yeah.
Like, that's what about someone that's like doesn't want to pass on their genes? Like,
Hmm.
yeah, you're an awful person, Ella. Like,
Thanks.
I
I
mean, we knew
know.
that, but
Yeah. We did know that.
yeah.
Mhm.
But now it's just stamped in there.
Yeah. Now somebody on Reddit agrees.
Yeah,
Thank God.
right.
Didn't know what I was gonna
We
do.
really live for the approval of Reddit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That's my thoughts on it.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't have many more thoughts.
Yeah.
I do like it when it's very clear cut, you know,
Hmm.
who's
It's
the
not
asshole.
ambiguous.
No, not ambiguous in the least. Hmm.
Yeah. All right. Should we do one last one?
Am I the asshole
Yes.
for quote unquote pranking my boyfriend's dad and being quote unquote disrespectful?
Yes.
Run
Already, I
that
don't
back
know
there.
what's happening. Yes.
They called me disrespectful for pranking him because I ran him over with my car. Okay. Anyway,
I need a Hitler speech like that. They say I'm doing genocide.
just because I want to kill all the gays and the Jews.
Quotation marks around the groups too.
The gays.
Just because I created Mein Kampf.
What, these concentration camps are racist now?
Grow up.
I put all different races. Anyways, I'm gonna stop making Hitler jokes
Yeah,
now.
probably.
Um,
Good idea.
we're in college, but we were back home for the weekend and staying at my boyfriend's house.
Hmm.
On Sunday, we had a girls' night. I'm really close to his sister, and we had multiple female friends come over. It wasn't weird for my boyfriend because we live next to his grandparents, and his male cousins were over, so he spent the night hanging out with them, but he was still right next door the entire night. We got really drunk and started talking about my boyfriend's dad, who is a really attractive man.
Oh
He's
no. Oh
he's
no.
let me finish the sentence.
Sorry.
In his mid 40s, but he doesn't look like he's in his mid 40s. He gives off I don't age vibes. Like Henry Calvin. I don't know who Henry Calvin is.
That's who plays Superman. I think you're all.
No,
I think they misspelled his last name.
oh, Henry Cavill. Okay, Henry
Yeah,
Cavill. Okay, I do know who Henry Cavill is.
yeah. I'm pretty sure they don't know who Henry Cavill is.
He doesn't age because he's
No.
super. Um, but it's hilarious because multiple of our friends have crushes on him and talk about how hot he is.
Oh my
It's
God.
it's all in good fun, of course, because he's married and also 20 plus years older. But
There it is.
we were playing Truth or Dare, and one of our friends dared our other friend to give my boyfriend's dad a letter saying, I wish I were your wife because you hot, hot, hot. Which at the time had us dying of laughter.
Hmm.
We went downstairs and gave him the letter. He thanked us and said he would read it later, and we immediately run back upstairs. That's when it was my turn, and I picked Dare. My dare was to ask my boyfriend's dad if he wears boxers or briefs. I was like, guys, I cannot do that. But they said I had to.
The dramatic reading they said I had to.
But they said I had to. They talked me up to do it, and embarrassingly, I went downstairs and asked him. I said, Mr. Name, do you wear boxers or briefs? My friends and I need to know. He didn't answer the question, but you could
Uh-huh.
tell he was frustrated. He
I
said, You
wonder
young
why.
ladies need to get upstairs and keep it down. You're going to wake up my wife. We have work in the morning. Time to head off to bed. Super anticlimactic. I woke up to my boyfriend packing up our stuff and getting ready to leave. I asked him what was up, and he said, Nothing with me, but looks like you had lots of fun. It was said so rudely. I said, You knew we were getting drunk. What is your deal? He said, You embarrassed me in front of my dad, in front of my family, asking questions like that. It comes off super trashy and gross. I don't know what the fuck you were thinking. Cooked. I said, Wow, calm down. It's not a big deal. Don't call me trashy. What the fuck? I was dared to do it, so I had to do it, and your sister was there. She could have stopped me. He said the most annoying thing, which was, If your friends tell you to jump off a bridge, are you going to do that too? I was so annoyed and, all caps, hung over and didn't even bother responding. I
Hmm.
felt like it was so rude that he was attacking me when I was drunk. What happened was no big deal, and his dad didn't even respond to it. He has been ignoring me, which is also annoying. I have multiple exams, so I haven't been paying that much attention, but he hasn't been responding to my texts. I feel like he is way overreacting. Am I the asshole?
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Hmm.
What the fuck?
Dude,
I mean,
you're the asshole.
yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Sorry, I was going to read the comments,
Yeah,
but
go for it.
do you want to do your analysis first?
No, it's just there aren't really words.
There's not.
I was just trying to fill a silence, to be quite honest. Wow.
So many poor decisions, one after another.
But I had to.
But they dared me to.
So I had to do it.
But then I said no, and then they double dog dared me to.
They said if I didn't, they'd ball tap me.
They triple dog dared me. You can't go back on a triple dog dare.
I remember in middle school, I played a game with
Mm,
like the guys in the grade all played it. Maybe not
mm,
all the guys, but like most of us did. And I
mm,
forget what it was, but basically if Well, this is a more common one, but we played a version where if you didn't do it, you got ball tapped.
Mm,
Was the thing where you
mm,
say like, "Oh, you have to do this," and then give me a number 1 to 10, 3, 2, 1, 2, 2. If you say the same number, they have to do it. If it
mm,
adds up to 10 or whatever they say, where what are the odds? That's what it is. Very,
okay,
very, very common game.
sure.
Um, and I forget what I told one of my friends to do, but he didn't do it. So I got to ball tap him. And he goes, Chase, you can't, I'm not going to let you do it. He's like, you can do it. I'm not going to get mad at you for doing it, but I cannot physically stay in here and let you do it. So you have to surprise me with it. And our next class, he's sitting there, he's leaning against a table talking to a girl, very clearly like chatting her up type thing. And I just walk over to, he's like, oh, you. The
That's
girl was
amazing.
dying laughing, of course.
Of course.
Yeah, why wouldn't you?
Honestly. I
Yeah,
wish I saw more boys in middle school get ball tapped. Maybe I
yeah,
wouldn't have been as afraid of them.
yeah. I got ball tapped a couple times from that game.
Nice.
But I don't even remember. It would be funnier if I remembered what I told him to do. Or maybe it would be even stupider. I don't
Hmm.
know. Whatever seventh, no, eighth grade Chase came up with that day.
Hmm. Regardless, though,
Yeah, sorry.
double dog, triple dog dares,
Gotta do
you
it.
you
Or you're
have to
getting ball
obey them.
tapped.
You have to. You're like a legal adult with like free will and like your own decisions and all this stuff until you get dared.
Damn straight.
I actually like, I don't know, I think I heard about this like court case or something where someone was like, "Oh, but Your Honor, they double dog dared me to kill that guy."
Fuck. God damn it. All right.
The
Court
other
dismissed.
lawyer's just like, "Shit."
I went to Jesus Christ. I went to law school for this. I got top of my class. And it doesn't I can't beat this guy. Fucking A.
Case dismissed.
Wait, hang on. No, no, we have to find a loophole. We have to find
Did they double dog dare you? Shit, no.
Yeah, fuck. I'd like to call a witness. Oh, shot it. Yeah, dude. I saw that fucking dude walking across, and I'm like, dude, I fucking double dog dare you, dude. First fucking mark that guy, dude. And my god, dude, he fucking done, dude. Wait, hang on. Am I liable for this? Am I gonna get arrested now? Because,
Ooh,
you know, at that
wait.
point, if you dared them to do it,
Because is it like that person is no longer like in control of their facilities?
hmm
So it's like the person who dare. All of this would be very worth thinking about if I were the girl from this post.
yeah.
Just being like, they dared me.
It's actually your sister's fault, which she kind of did play that card.
No,
So,
that's crazy that she played that card. She was like, well, your sister was there and she wanted me to sexually harass your dad. So
no, all in good fun.
what? You gotta wonder what was going through the sister's head at that point.
Oh god, that must have been the most uncomfortable, like, hour of her life.
Just having people like be like, "Oh my God, your dad is so hot."
Yeah.
What? No.
You have a DILF.
Do you think your dad wears, do you know if your dad wears boxers or briefs?
I don't know, Stacy. I
Can
I
Google
I
that.
I have no it's my fucking dad.
But like, I want to know if he wears boxers. Do you think he would leave your mom for me?
No, he wouldn't.
Do you think he would do me on the side though?
No.
Are you sure?
You turned 18 last week. Calm down, whore.
I'm legal.
That's just what my daddy likes. Legal.
Yeah, wait.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna read the comments now.
Yes.
You're the asshole. Shocker. There's an old saying that a drunk person talking is a sober person thinking. That explains why whenever I'm drunk, I start talking in a southern accent.
Inside of me are two wolves, and one of them is Southern. He loses the battle, but when I drink, boy, does he win. How?
Have I told you that half my family's from West Virginia? Like on my dad's side of the family, I shit you not, like 5 generations back, West Virginians. It's in my genetics. I
Yeah.
shit you not, there are two wolves inside of me. One of my DNA strands has a southern accent.
My grandma's from Appalachia.
Appalachia?
Yeah, Appalachia. I was trying to
I
try to
know how
think
to
like
pronounce
how
it.
do I but
It's
yeah.
like throwing an apple at ya.
Yeah. Yeah, she grew up in like the back hills of Kentucky.
Damn.
Like hillbilly.
Mhm. She sound like it too?
No,
No?
surprisingly no. Not at all. My grandpa lived in Logan, Ohio. Um which has not evolved since he left there.
Hmm.
Um
Gotcha.
and he said that he had an accent, like he didn't know how to pronounce stuff, so he went to college and was like,
Hmm.
"Do we want some fish?"
Beesh.
Fish. He
Amazing.
still, I don't make fun of him for this, but he still does say WH like want some wheat, want some whiskey,
Whiskey. Yeah.
want a whisk. Every time. It's fun. I told that to my mom. She's like, he does not do that. And then we visited and we were driving home. She's like, okay,
Want
yeah,
some
I hear it now. I hear
whiskey?
it.
Yeah. That's funny.
hmm
Okay. There's
Yes.
an old saying that a drunk person talking is a sober person thinking.
hmm
You crossed a line when you started hitting on his dad. Being drunk, being drunk is a shit excuse.
hmm
Was dared to is also a shit excuse. You
hmm
didn't have to do anything.
No.
My significant other did this, it would make me question my relationship. Boundaries are healthy.
Spitting.
Spittin'. Info, because sometimes people will be like, I need more information before I decide, who's the
Yeah.
asshole. Info. What in the actual fuck is wrong with you? I'm serious. That's not rhetorical. What is wrong with you?
Spitting.
For real. Let's turn this situation around.
Mhm.
Boyfriend's dad and his friends get shit-faced. One of the friends brings you up a creepy note. Then dad shows up and asks what kind of panties you're wearing. How would you feel? Would you laugh it off as just a prank because they're all extremely wasted? I highly doubt it. I would guess you would be extremely upset, as
Spitting.
is your boyfriend's dad. So yeah, you're the asshole. Grow up.
Mic drop, honestly. Right
Ooh,
there.
girl. Ooh, girl. Yeah,
Yeah, I think we learned a lot today.
I think we did. Hopefully, we all learned a little bit more about how to not be an asshole.
Yeah. I'd
Hopefully,
like to think we're not assholes and we know how to give advice on how to not be assholes.
when I'm an asshole, I'm very intentional about it.
Yeah, we're aware
So
when we're assholes.
we're conscious assholes,
Yeah.
which conjures up a very disturbing picture in my brain.
All right, so they're just shit talkers, honestly.
Just like us.
Yeah, they're just spewing everything.
Me for real. Me for real. Okay. Now that I'm no longer thinking about an asshole with eyes and a brain
And sentience.
and sentience. Um, yeah, if we hear about you guys being assholes, we will be disappointed. And we will also
Oh
probably
yeah.
make fun of you on our podcast.
Yeah.
So don't do
Don't get
that.
made fun of on here. If you think that, or if you're questioning if you're an asshole or not, email us.
Yeah,
Email us at almostarnoldpalmer@gmail.com and
that
tell
was
us what
really
you got. If you think somebody else, it could be a friend situation, you can do that too. Is my friend an asshole for doing that?
Mhm.
Something like that. You can do that too if it's a little too personal, you know. And yeah, we'll give you our honest feedback.
Our
We're
honest feedback.
we're nothing if not honest.
I'm a liar personally, but Chase is honest.
Thank you. Thank you.
Mhm.
I'd like to think I'm like Ben Franklin. I tattle on myself for cutting down trees all the time.
I think that was Abe Lincoln. No, fuck, that was George Washington. None of us are history. We're not history people.